Hi, this is Chris with Accurate LED. Today we're at a church and we want to look at some commercial lighting. We're actually going to be installing a Cree CR24 ceiling troffer. It's a direct replacement for a 4-foot fluorescent ceiling troffer, just like these. But this is a Cree product and we're going to show this to you as we put it in. Okay, so this is a CR24 by Cree. It's a direct lay-in replacement for a standard 4-foot fluorescent troffer fixture. The nice thing about it is it's 100% LED. It can take an input voltage anywhere from 120 to 277. So pretty much any typical commercial or retail type of building will be able to take these with no problem. The nice thing about it is they're only 44 watts. A typical 4-foot fluorescent troffer with T12 bulbs is going to run about 200 watts. This is less than a quarter of that. Typical T8 fixture with 4 bulbs, you're still talking about 160 watts for that fixture. This is only 44 watts. It gives out a better quality light. There are no bulbs to ever change because this doesn't burn out. It's an LED and it'll last, I think Cree's got it rated at 50,000 hours, which is 8 years of never being turned off, constantly on. So the energy savings and the maintenance savings alone, this thing will pay for itself usually inside of a couple of years. It depends on the particular metrics of the building, but we can work all that out when we do our energy analysis, and we can let you know how soon this thing actually pays for itself, including the installation. So that's the nice thing about it. Environmentally, the lighting industry is still pushing fluorescent fixtures as an environmental solution. They're really not. They're full of mercury. Mercury is a highly toxic substance. It's going to go right into a landfill unless they're properly recycled. And if they are properly recycled, then if you're a building manager, you have to document all that. You have to properly recycle them, and you have to make sure that you tell the authorities the way that you're doing it. It's a big expense. You never have to change bulbs in this. And it's pretty simple to install. It just lays in as a direct replacement for the fixtures that are already there. And it looks quite a bit different than a regular light. But that's it. There's no lens on it. The LED is actually the middle part of the fixture right there, as you'll see once it turns on. So we're making the connection now. All right. Now, you might notice that the color is a lot different than some of the other fluorescents in the ceiling here. The CRI, the color rendering index of this fixture, is actually a 93. Now the amount of light that's coming out of this fixture is actually more than the light that's coming out of the fluorescent fixtures at a fraction of the energy. This light is using 44 watts of power, which I'll show you in just a second. And here's the proof. 43.8 watts. That's what that light is pulling. Okay, so that fixture here has two 40-watt T12 bulbs in it at 40 watts apiece, plus the ballast is drawing a little bit of power. So we can assume that's about 90 to 100 watts this fixture is using. Here's the Cree fixture. It uses 44 watts, less than half, and it's putting out more light and a better quality light. Okay, so here's this light all by itself in this room. It's the only light that's on. And look at the amount of light this thing's putting out in the room.
4,000, 5,000 square foot room.
Yep. 4,000 lumens out of 44 watts. It's a pretty amazing fixture.